Right, Rob Duhamel, the former Minister for the Planning Environment Department. It's now called the Environment Department for some reason.
Yeah, it has been for a long while.
Do you have any responsibility for what's going on, the thing that people are objecting to?
Did I have? I suppose people could actually point a finger in my direction and hold me up as the decision maker who gave them permission to actually start. But the decision was actually couched in very, very strict terms, and there were serious planning obligations in order to deliver the full scheme into the future.
Have those been met?
Well, the thing is, this is quite bizarre, right? Having come out of politics at the moment, what appears to be being reported is anything and everything that didn't actually concern the previous planning minister for some reason. So we've got Senator McLean kind of taking up the cudgel on behalf of Senator Ozil, but nobody's actually taken the trouble to actually go and see what was permitted, why it was permitted, and under what conditions. And I think if they did that, then I think some of their fears would probably be met.
Architectural merit, we were just discussing with an architect here, Derek Mason. There's architectural merit featuring this as far as you're concerned? Were they very much scrutinised from an architectural point?
This is the difficulty. Under the planning law, as everybody knows, you can't be too choosy as to whether or not it's the things that are being put forward for permission are going to win architectural prizes. The main thing is that there's a whole stack of other conditions, and if those conditions are met, then the minister or any decision maker is virtually duty bound to actually grant the permission.
It was for a while. There had to be a reason to have buildings. I mean, there is still. They're still in the law. Is there a reason? Is there an economic reason, a social reason? Is there a pressing reason why these offices should be built?
Well, I think that might well have been so in the past, but I think what's happening is that we're being overtaken by events. I mean, what I find particularly bizarre is that nobody's actually linking up all of the monies that are being invested in improving the digital economy and going for faster and high-speed telecommunication links, which inevitably means that the raison d'etre for doing office work in offices is going to disappear. So I think we're going to have a real industrial revolution happening. It is happening now, whereby people will be preferentially working from home. You can get better efficiencies because you work harder when you want to work. And that, in essence, means you don't need the flash offices that perhaps were the...
Well, this whole grade A offices argument rather puzzles me, because they're not applying the same principle to housing, are they, or commercial premises?
No, they're not. And the other thing which seems to be a little bit unfair is that you do have this kind of competition between permissions that were granted for offices on the esplanade, which inevitably don't have wraparound windows and daylight. And that seems to me the biggest difference between the offices that might well be built as part of our finance centre on this site compared to other places. But as I say, whether you need kind of 360 kind of all-round windows, I'm not at all sure. And I think certainly if I were a betting man into the future, I'd say that the writing's on the wall for the requirements.
Well, it certainly went out of fashion to have that sort of thing a few years ago, wasn't it?
Well, it did, yeah. Single floor plates and all the rest of it. Yeah. And
the aspect of, again, it may not be your area, but it should concern everybody. This company that's being the UBS, the first company in, they're being investigated now for a major fraud. They've paid huge fines over the years. They've paid a £3 million fine in Jersey, as I understand it, for some years ago. Should we really be encouraging this sort of business? I mean, the KYC and all this stuff?
Well, that's probably outside of an area that I wish to comment on. But I think what's more important is the fact that in getting UBS to the table so quickly, it does appear that some incentive package was offered, and it would be wise, I think, for those companies involved to actually deliver the details to the people who are in the decision-making positions.
If you were still operating in the planning department now and it came across your desk, what would your stamp say, yes or no?
I think I'd be bound by the island plan, so I'd have to say yes. I'd be doing what I did before. It will be yes with conditions, and those conditions would be ultimately to deliver what the master plan agreed. And in essence, if it can't be delivered, then that would give anyone in that position the opportunity to kick it out for sensible reasons that couldn't be argued in court. And cost us all the money in compensation.
It may well yet finish up in court, who knows?